One of the keys to creating compelling suggestions, as we know, is that the suggestion must be true, or at least the suggestion must appear to be true to the person perceiving the idea. The closer it is to that sense of truth, the more it will become true for them, and they'll respond to it accordingly. You with me with that core concept so far? Yes? This, by the way, was neatly encapsulated by Henry Ford, the big industrialist in the US, in the phrase of, if you think you can or you think you can't, you'll usually be right, right? So now we're looking at this idea of artful ambiguity, or being artfully vague in your language. Why? Because it allows the person to select from what you are saying those versions of experience that will be true for them. If I say, like, everyone here right now, just think of a flower. Everyone got it in mind? Yes? Now, if I say to you, I'd like you to really appreciate the redness of that flower. How many of you have I lost? Right? I know a whole bunch of you, right? Why? Because some of you were yellow, some of you were green, some of you are other shades, right? So I'm not being vague at all. I'm being too specific. That means some people will agree and go, oh my God, he got it. Miracle, great. I will go, no, I'll just switch it. I'll like switch my flower to a red flower, or I'll switch what he said to something better. Now, everyone just think of a flower again. You ready for this one? I'd like you to appreciate the particular shade of that color. For who found that to be absolutely true for them? Of course you did, right? I gave you a class of categories that you could sense, and then you filled in the details in a way that you'd be in agreement with me. That makes that suggestion more compelling than appreciating the redness of it. Redness will only work if I luck out and you happen to be thinking of a red flower. Whereas the color or the shade of color, that's something you will all experience as soon as you're tuned into a visual sense. Does that make sense, guys? Let's just do a demonstration of this, probably easiest. Who would like to come up for a quick demonstration? Just start waving.
Hi there, hi there.
Okay, so Pierre, tell me, what's your context, what's your activity?
My context and my activity is canoeing on the lake.
Canoeing on the lake, excellent. Go ahead and close your eyes, Pierre. And allow yourself to recall the pleasantness of sitting in a canoe, the texture of a paddle in your hands, noticing the surface of that paddle as you allow your hands to move it in and out of the water. And you can feel the cycle of tension and release in your shoulder as you paddle the canoe. You might even see the water as the canoe moves through it. Perhaps you can see some ripples as a result of your motion. And the ripples the canoe makes are different to the ripples the paddle makes. And you can enjoy the difference as you pay attention to the sounds that surround you. There is, of course, the sound of water lapping against the canoe. But there's also the sound the water makes as the paddle inserts and releases its grip on the water. Now, there are other sounds, perhaps of nature or wind or some other kind, that you can pay particular attention to as you enjoy breathing the natural air. That's right. And notice the temperature on your skin as the canoe moves smoothly across the lake. And it's okay to lose yourself in the experience of moving your arms and feeling the changes in the pressure of your hands as the canoe, as the paddle inserts into the water and as it releases from the water. And perhaps you can see the color of the canoe and how it contrasts to the color of the water in the lake itself. And you can cast your eye wide, taking in the whole of the lake area, noticing the distance out there that allows your eyes to go further than the edge of your canoe. And if you pay special attention, you'll notice the texture of the material that the canoe is made out of. And perhaps there's a scent or smell associated. The scent of a canoe on a lake that you can enjoy particularly because it's a pleasant weather in which to paddle a canoe. I'd like you to take as long as you want to right now to really enjoy paddling this canoe, the lake, the light, the brightness or darkness of the day, the sounds of the water, and the pressure of movement, and the rhythm that your body gets into as you breathe comfortably the air of nature, and your ears absorbs the sound of being on this lake. Now, when some part of your mind has thoroughly memorized this experience for your own learnings, for your own growth as a human being, something that can bring you good feelings when you need good feelings to come, then you'll find the scene naturally fades in a comfortable way. Your eyes will open and you'll have a refreshing feeling of coming back into this room with the after effect of being on a lake on the inside. How are you doing, Pierre?
That was great.
Is there anything you want to say about that experience?
You spend much time on a canoe?
No.
Wow, I would have imagined the things you were describing. Yeah, that was really good.
Right?
Enough detail that it really put me there without any. Yeah,
right.
I was.
And how much effort, how much struggle do you have to go to bring that scene to life for yourself?
None at all. It just was there. It was there.
And how many mistakes did I make? How many mismatches between your experience and what I was describing to you?
Nothing.
Nothing. Why? Because you're going to see something, you're going to hear something, and you're going to feel something, right?
Right.
Being that it's canoe, I can mind read the activity. Canoeing isn't motorboating, right? It means there's a paddle. So I can talk about paddles, and paddles don't paddle themselves. Now, I did take a slight risk because it could have been that you were in a canoe with someone else who was paddling you around, but that's such an unusual circumstance that you'd probably have mentioned it, right?
Right.
So I took a slight risk in assuming that you're the one paddling, hence gave you the sensation of the paddle. Note, I have no idea. What was your paddle? Was your paddle made of wood, steel, plastic?
It was plastic.
Plastic. Perfect, because my paddle was wood. So it's a good thing I didn't tell you about the look at the grain of the wood. You get the idea?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else you want to add to that? Anything else you want to say?
No, thank you. That was great.